seventh planet from the Sun, which is laying on a different rotation axis than any other planet. Uranus is known for being the ice giant, a gas giant that also, instead of gas, also contains huge amounts of ice, rock, and that's more stuff. As you can see, the planet, it's really blue, and it's the distance to the Sun is 2 billion kilometers away, which is 90 times farther away from the Sun to Earth to Sun. And the gravity is almost as similar as Earth, although the mass is 15 Earths. And on Uranus, day lasts 17 hours, or 18 hours retrograde, and year lasts 84 years. 1 year on Uranus lasts 84 years. That's how long it takes it to orbit the Sun. And the temperature on the surface is minus 216 degrees. The atmosphere is composing of hydrogen, helium, methane, there is ammonia and all other gases that are in the atmosphere. So you can see these clouds here. It has been recently discovered that there are some storms on Uranus, and its axis is tipped over. It almost looks like it's rolling around the Sun instead of spinning around it. And it's rotating in the wrong direction as well. Some scientists believe that this planet suffered an impact by an object by the size of Earth, and it completely destroyed the planet's rotation axis. And if you see the angle of the rings right here, that is the planet's magnetic field, but it's not aligned with the rings. It kind of looks like this, the magnetic field. Unlike the rotation, magnetic fields wandered off like 23 degrees. Even though the planet is spinning in the wrong direction, but it has everything. And Uranus has some pretty weird moons that orbit pretty close to the planet. A few of them orbit just near the ring, and eventually they'll collide and form more rings around Uranus. There are 80 rings, 11 rings or more. Also, Uranus is in the twilight zone of our solar system. It's one of the most dim places to ever go. The Sun is very far from Uranus. And here are shimmering rings. Well, they're not totally made of ice. They're made of rock and dust particles. And this is Miranda, one of Uranus's most mysterious moons. This moon suffered collisions with many objects and survived, but as you can see, it's very, very small, tiny moon, and it orbits around Uranus, and it orbits like in less than a day, almost less than a day, and that's pretty shocking. Next one we're gonna see is Ariel. I think it's and this moon is annoying. As you can see, it's twice as big as Miranda is. As you can see, it has like this here, and this moon is just a little bit bigger than Miranda. As I said, there is nothing much to say about the moon itself. Next one is Umbriel. And this moon is a little bigger than Ariel, and it's, as you can see, just a big rock. It has some craters, like one here and there. I mean, they all have craters. Every object does in our solar system. And they're not orbiting far from Uranus, even though they're looking like that. We see the Miranda. The moons are orbiting, and this is the outermost moon of Uranus, Oberon. And this moon looks strange. To me, it looks kind of strange, and it's, as you can see, very small moon as well. It's a little bit bigger than the true moons. And Uranus is pretty far away from the sun. The day lasts almost 18 hours, and it takes it 84 years to orbit the sun once. Titania. This moon has a large canyon on the surface that could well measure up with the African Valley Rift Canyon or whatever. And the moon this is the largest moon, and it's over 1.5 thousand miles wide. This is one of the largest, or 788 kilometers. Uranus has its own, even though its magnetic field is weak. And yeah, the planet might have been collided with the Earth-sized object that made it rotate in a different direction. And this is the internal structure of Uranus, and this is how it looks like. The core is still warm. That could explain the magnetic field that is still working on the planet. And it has the extreme variation every 20 years. And this planet is 3 times larger than Earth, so it can fit 15 Earths, mass of 50 Earths, and you can fit 63 Earths into Uranus. Anyways, that was it. This planet is cold. So is the next one we're going to talk about.